What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see in my hand, I have another package for the Jeep. Now this one's a little bit smaller, so you're probably wondering what is actually inside of here, and what it is has to do with the ESS, which is your auto start stop. There is a company that I found on the forums called SMARTStop. These guys have been around for a while, and they actually make modules for the Grand Cherokee as well as the Cherokee, which are also equipped with the ESS. I was fortunate enough to get in touch with a guy named Steve who was happy to send one of these out for me to review and show you guys how to install it. It is fairly simple to install, and it takes, probably less than 10 minutes. So let's go ahead, unbox it, and show you guys what came inside the box. So this is it. This is what comes out of the box. You have your module here. It's a T-harness. You have some Velcro, and you have the instructions. Now, for any of you that haven't seen the video, the first things that I did when I picked this Wrangler up was remove this second hood pin that's right here. This is the one that controls the auto start stop. Now, if you take it out and just leave it aside, leave it plugged in or not, either way, you're gonna get the warning on your dash to say that your ESS is disabled, which effectively means that the engine will not auto start stop because of that hood pin is disconnected. So before we install this, obviously I have to put this pin back in, so I'm gonna do that real fast, and then we'll go ahead and get in the Jeep and show you how to install this. So this tiny module just gets plugged up underneath your dash. Fairly simple to do. Obviously it's a T-harness, so you're just going to take one end of the plug it in here, and then where you unplugged it, plug this end in, and let the module do its thing. So what this actually does is something that should have been done from the factory, in my opinion. Now, we all know the auto start stop has kind of been a hit or miss for some of the customers. Some people absolutely love it, while others are not a fan of it at all. One of the things that annoys people the most is that the button that Jeep has put in there is not a memory button. So that means every time that you get in your Jeep, you have to push that button. And I already have comments on my other video about how to remove the hood plunger. People saying, are you really that lazy that you can't hit a button every single time you get in the Jeep? I mean, it's not that I'm lazy, it's just that it's an annoying thing that I have to do. I have the push button start, and then every time I start my Jeep, I have to remember to hit that button if I don't want the auto start stop on, which is pretty much every time. I'm one of the people who do not like the auto start stop. Not that I'm lazy and I can't hit another button, it's just annoying that I have to remember to hit that button every single time. So where does this module come into place? What this module does is something that should have been done from the factory, and make the ESS button that shuts the auto start stop off, make it retain its memory. So whatever the last setting is that you had for the auto start stop will be the setting when you go back to start your Wrangler the next time. So if you shut your Wrangler off with the auto start stop off, when you start your Jeep back up, the Jeep will automatically remember that you want the auto start stop off, and you don't have to push the button. Likewise, it'll still maintain the same feature if you want the auto start stop on all the time. All you have to do is leave it on, and the next time you go to start your Jeep, auto start stop will be on. But again, in my opinion, this is something that should have been done from the factory. I don't know why Jeep thought it was a good idea not to make it a memory button to where it starts the auto start stop every single time you start your Wrangler. It's just an annoying feature, and it's something they probably could have updated, but these guys came out with a module. Like I said before, they have other modules for Grand Cherokees and Cherokees, so they've been around a while, and they finally just released their JL version. So we're gonna pop over to the Wrangler real fast, and I will show you guys how to install the SMARTStop start. Alright guys, so first thing you want to do, I recommend moving your seat back so that way you have some more space to work with. The second thing you want to do is take this dash down. It is just a whole bunch of clips. If you guys give it just a nice firm pull, it'll just pop out. I have it pulled off here so you can see this is how it flips down. So these are the clips I'm talking about. There's 3 on each side, and those will just pop right out. I have my module I'm going to throw there. The Velcro I'm going to leave up on the seat for now. And then I have a flashlight to make this a little bit easier for you guys because I'm not sure how dark it is underneath there. If my camera will pick everything up. So you can see there's your OBD2 port, and what you need is up above that. You can see there's two harnesses right there. The one you're gonna need is the one closest to the OBD2 port, so the one on the left-hand side. Now unplugging that can be done without taking this panel off, but taking this panel off just gives you a little bit more space to get up underneath there. So you're just gonna take the original plug it into the female end, and take the male end of this module and plug it back up into the original slot. And just like that, you're all done. You could just find a spot for the module and just tuck it up in there. I like things to be nice and clean and organized, so I know where the parts are. So I don't have to go back and trace any wires or anything like that. Or if I need to find a module, it's right exactly where I expect it. So to keep things nice and organized, I'm going to use the Velcro strip that they included. And if you notice, on the back side of the module, this is the rough side of a piece of Velcro. And also on the back of the connector, there's actually Velcro as well. So I'm just gonna take this piece of Velcro and stick it up under here, and then just stick the module up in there so it's nice and clean. So if we take a peek up here, it looks like this aluminum bracket that runs across here is going to be our best bet. It's kind of up out of the way, and it'll look nice and clean with the module just Velcroed there. I like that they put the Velcro on the side with the logo facing down. That way you can read SMARTStop start for the Jeep Wrangler JL. And then the smaller piece of Velcro I put on this side of this black bracket here. So it gives it a nice clean appearance. And then up above that, you can see where the wires run is where the harness plugs into. Now that's all left to do is to put your dash back together and test it out. Alright, so here we go. If everything goes according to plan, the first time I start my Jeep up, the auto start stop should automatically be on, which means the light on the button will not be lit up, which means the ESS is actually on. And the second time that it's on, we will enable the ESS, which means button light will be on, which means the ESS is off. It's a little backwards. I know it doesn't really make sense to me, but if you're looking at the button, light on means ESS is off, light off on the button means ESS is on. So here we go, the first start, and you'll notice we won't get any errors or anything. The little light that's up on the dash here won't show up, and you'll notice that the auto start stop is actually on, which will happen from the factory no matter what you do. Every time you start your Jeep, this will happen. Your auto start stop will kick on. So if we hit the ESS button, the light comes on, which means it's off. Auto start stop off, light on, which means it's actually off. So if we shut the Jeep off now and turn it back on, what we're hoping is that this light on the ESS is still on. So you can see it flashes once and then comes on. So that is the memory feature we are looking for. If for whatever reason you want this to be on every single time you start your Jeep, just go ahead and shut it back off, and you'll notice when you start the Jeep up again, it'll also stay on. So this is the way I think that Jeep should have made it from the factory, is make this memorize the last setting that it was in before you shut your Jeep off. It's kind of annoying, again, that you have to get in and push this button every single time if you are not a fan of this auto start stop. But you can see this is the way it should have come from the factory. So there you go, guys. Super simple. It takes like 5 to 10 minutes to install, and just like that, you can have your ESS remember what your preference is for every time you start your Wrangler without any side effects, no fault messages, codes. Your Jeep's not gonna beep at you and warn you that your ESS is unavailable. So this module will still work whether you remote start your vehicle or not. It'll still remember which preference you had it under. I'm going to leave a link in the description, as always, of where to find the SMARTStop start. These guys are awesome. They have a risk-free 90-day money-back guarantee. So if you're not satisfied within 3 months, you can send it back to them. And a 3-year repair or replacement warranty. So you guys are covered for 3 years. If something goes wrong with it, you can just send it back to them and they'll just send you a brand new one. I think it's a great deal because it's one of the things that bothers me the most is Jeep should have made it this way. To remember the last setting that you had, and for people like me who just don't like it, especially because I drive a manual, it's like every time that it goes off, it feels like I stalled the Jeep, and I don't like that feeling at all. If this video helped you guys out, please leave it a big thumbs up. Get down there, leave some comments on what you think about ESS and all the different ways to disable it, what you guys thought of this product and how easy it was. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and leave those below. And also, please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't been here before. We are almost at 3,000 subscribers. I honestly can't believe why 3,000 of you would really want to watch me, but I am so grateful for that. So thank you. Let's keep that rolling. We have another video lined up for this week, so hopefully I'll be able to film, edit, and post that by the end of this week. And yeah, guys, let's just keep the mods going. I mean, it's a Jeep. We should be modding everything, right? And if there's anything that you guys suggest that I do to my Wrangler, or you want me to review a product for you, or if there's anything that you need to know more about, please leave a comment below, and I'll check out the product and give you all the information I can about it, or I might even do an install video for you. Thanks again, guys, for tuning in, and we'll catch you in the next one. And if you guys stuck with me this far, you're wondering what's inside this box for the next project. Well, you guys will be excited to know that it's going to be a